we have hip hop producer all the way from Duval, Florida. What is it, Jacksonville?
Yeah, Jacksonville.
All the way from Jacksonville, Florida. I know everybody think he's an up and coming producer, but he's been doing this for 10 years. 10 years. And this man is like behind the scenes work with the most famous, popular rappers here on earth right now. So let's give it up for Quincy. All right. So, how old were you when you first encountered with music?
It depends on what you mean. As
like
far
when
as
you first
music
like
or listen to music or
when you first started to just wanted to do
appreciate music.
Yeah.
I had to be about like 6 or 7 years old. My parents, so they both was in the military. Music was a big part for them diffusing when they got off of work. So like every day, my mom and my dad would go home and play music, and me and my brothers used to go around and listen to it. And I didn't really appreciate it at the time. So probably like 6 or 7 when I really started appreciating my parents' music. Yeah.
Wow. So you've been around music for a very long time. Like that's like in your soul, embedded in you.
Yeah, music has been a big part of my life. All the way through high school. I was a drum major in high school. I started even before high school. I started delving in music through church. My grandmother, she helped me learn how to play the piano. And I was like really really young also.
Wow. So you played the piano? Is that the only instrument that you played?
Nah, I played the piano. I played the trombone. Almost all the brass instruments.
Really?
Yeah, I started. My first brass instrument was a trumpet, though. Then I moved to all the rest of the brass instruments.
So, what was your favorite instrument?
I would say it's the sousaphone, but that's marching band. It's a tuba. It's a wraparound tuba that everybody usually call it tuba, but it's actually called a sousaphone.
Yes, I heard about that. So, what was your favorite clef that you played treble? What that you like to play? I'm pretty sure you played both bass and treble clef. Like, what was your actual one?
It was treble clef because that was the first one I learned how to read first, and then bass clef came. It was simple, but it's just
because you had to play that with the sousaphone.
I had to play the bass clef with the sousaphone. Yeah.
I know you're wondering how I know stuff about this. I know. Did you go to college?
Yeah, I went for a little bit. But
so you played music in college?
Yeah, I played the sousaphone in college.
Were you a drum major in college or what?
No, I was a drum major in high school, not in college. It was a good experience. Pretty much being a drum major, especially being in the kind of school I was at, and then being in the South, the drum majors held up to high esteem.
Oh.
You know, like, I guess it's the equivalent of being the captain of the football team.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like most of all the southern states and everything else, they hold the drum major in high regard. So I was pretty popular back then in high school.
So what made you become a producer?
I like music. I mean, so another thing is to me liking music, I want to make music. So that's what really made me want to do it. I just want to give my own piece to the world and make beats.
Yeah, because your music is very different from everyone else. You have your own signature of music. You mix a little bit of old school with some soothing, laid back, relaxing type, driving in a big car type mood.
Yeah, I mean, that's just why I'm raised. You know, being from the South, and you know, it's not really about hustle and bustle. It's about being slow and relaxing in the sunlight, just slow. You know, I like being slow.
So, if a new and upcoming artist wanted you to make a beat for them, how much would you charge them, like as a track?
That's a very, very serious question when it comes about money. I try not to charge too much, so it's not really a set price. It's kind of like a bargain. Like if I know that you are a new artist that's trying to make it up in the world, I'm not going to break your bank, but at the same time, I gotta eat too.
Yeah.
So I can't really just put a set price on it.
I see what you're saying. Have you ever ran into copyright issues?
Yeah. A lot of the music and the tracks that I make come from previous tracks because I like the samples things. So yeah, I got some copyright issues, and I try not to. It's too much legal stuff. I mean, to tell you the truth, I just like making music, and me uh, taking those samples is paying homage to those those songs that I used to listen to as a kid. That's where most of them come from. Most of my sample tracks. So big business doesn't like it, but the audience likes it, so that's why I do it.
Well, have you ever had like an artist manager that ever tried to get over on you? Like say, oh yeah, we're gonna pay you, and then run into those type of.
No.
So it's always have been professional with you.
Yes. Very professional.
Is there a particular artist that you would like to work with in the future?
Big Crit. I want to work with Big Crit because he produces his own music, and we have the similar type of feel for each other. You know what I'm saying? Like the way his music is being played, his tracks and everything that he listens to is pretty much on the same line as mine. I would like to. I think we will have good chemistry when it comes into the studio, making and producing music and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, mostly all the large name Texas artists.
Yeah.
Because we're like on the same chord, so yeah, pretty much.
Have you ever thought about making music in a different genre?
I have actually. I produce music for electronica too, so it's like more. You know how when somebody get the word to electronica, they think it's like techno.
Yeah, I was
really,
kind of thinking that.
Not really. It's more of a. You have to carry out the melody a little bit more since there's no lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean that. Okay, the best way for me to describe this is the difference between the music that I make with artists and the music I make with electronica.
Mm-hmm.
The artists are the melody,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't really have to put too much emphasis on the melody. But as far as being and playing electronica music, creating electronic music, I have to. So it makes me explore my musical deal that I usually do that I leave out, because if I think personally, and I know this is being a little bit conceited, but if I put too much melody in the music, nobody's gonna listen to the artist, so I don't try to do it that much.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Well, that makes plenty of sense. Is producing your only job, or you actually have another occupation?
Yeah, I'm in the Army.
Oh wow, you're in the Army, and you've been doing this for 10 years?
Yeah, I mean, I've only been in the Army for 7 years, and I mean, I've been producing for 10 years, but to tell you the truth, I'm 28 years old. It's actually been 12. I was 16 when I actually started actually making music. I don't really count those 2 years because there was the developmental years. Even though I should count it. Yeah. But as far as me actually making music for artists, yeah, it's been 10 years.
Wow, and you in the military, so you're like a very busy man.
Yeah, you can say that.
So I heard that you graduated, not from the college that you went to where you played in the band, but you graduated from University of Maryland, last year, business?
Yeah. So
you're like a businessman.
I mean, essentially, you have to be a businessman if you want to be successful in this type of occupation, because you don't want anybody to come mess you over. So, I mean, you don't have to learn. You just can't be glitz and glamour. You have to have the knowledge behind it.
Have you ever made music for people that's in the military?
Yeah, I have. It's pretty different by request. I try to make other type of music, and it helps me grow as a producer because if I want to make any kind of money, I just don't want to make music for just rap artists. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to start making music for pop artists and all the rest of that stuff. That's where I'll break into the multi-genre type of platform, and that's where I make the most money. And I mean, it's about money too, but it's also about influence and experiment.
The passion.
Yeah, pretty much. I had to drive.
Well, I know that you're like one of the. What do you have to say for the kids out there? Because you came from Jacksonville, Florida, and that's not the best city. I mean, it's very beautiful and nice, but you're just like a testimony, like from where you've been through. I mean, what do you have to say to all those kids that used to be just like you?
I tell you, don't give up on your dream, but also don't quit your day job. The reason why I am in the Army because I need to sustain.
Mm-hmm.
But sustaining in life is what you need to do before you have these illusions and pipe dreams and everything like that. Most people always see the end product, but they never see the beginning. So I tell them, never lose sight of your dreams, but you need to worry about what's ahead of you also, like immediately ahead of you. So if you want to be a producer or you want to be anything else in life, you got to make those baby steps first.
Well, that concludes our interview. Thank you, Quincy Sanders, for being with us and sharing your perspective.
Thank you.
Thank you.